Hello, my dear student. Very good evening. Kind heart welcome to the carbon classes. Today, I will explain the Raoult's law, which states that vapor pressure of an ideal solution of non-volatile solute is equal to the vapor pressure of pure solvent at that temperature multiplied by its Mohs fraction. Here is the pure solvent, and some molecules of solvents are coming out of this conical jar due to the evaporation process. And here is the second conical flask. This is the solution. That is, this have the solvent molecule as well as the solute molecules. Here P is the vapor pressure of solvent, P naught is the vapor pressure of pure solvent, and X is the mole fraction of solvents. That why P is equal to, ये प्रोपोर्शनलिटी कांस्टेंट है, P0, ये जो है आपका मोल फ्रैक्शन है X of solute, or this is the vapor pressure of the pure solvent. Kindly don't be confused. Here is the P. P is the partial pressure of the component that has been dissolved or under consideration, is proportional to P naught. This is the pressure of pure solvent. This is a constant in this equation. This pressure of solution is directly proportional to the mole fraction of component that has been dissolved. And when you remove the proportionality sign, you have to keep some constant. This P naught, that is vapor pressure of pure solvent, has been kept as a constant in this equation. So then equation emerges as P solution, partial pressure of solute first component is directly proportional to the mole fraction, or here non-volatile equal vapor pressure of an ideal solution of non-volatile solute is equal to the vapor pressure of pure solvent at that temperature multiplied by its moles fraction. That is, you have to multiply the vapor pressure of pure solvent with the mole fraction of that particular component. This gives us the partial pressure of that component. Then what will be the total pressure of different component that have been added into the solution? This will be sum of partial pressure of the first component and partial pressure of the second component. If there are more than two components, then the partial pressure of each component will be added to have the knowledge of or to calculate the total pressure, vapor pressure. This is the very important graph taken from NCERT book. See, this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. On x-axis, two different mole fraction have been plotted. Number one, this line indicate the vapor pressure of a particular component, and these lines indicate the vapor pressure of, this line indicate the vapor pressure of first component. That's why denotation 1 has been put, and these lines indicate the vapor pressure of second component. That's why denotation second has been given. Look at the first symbol first. This graph is the for first component. Here the concentration is 0 of component 1. The concentration is 0. Its equivalent vapor pressure would be 0. as the concentration rises from right to the left, here concentration has increased beyond zero, then if you draw a perpendicular from this point to this point, and when you match this point to the vapor pressure line, that is y-axis, then the pressure will be this one. And at this particular mole fraction, the vapor pressure has further risen up to this level. And when only the first component, 100% of the first component, x is equal to 1, that is, there is no second component, then this pressure goes up to this P1 naught, that has become no pure solvent. Or this is the graph for the second component. Here the second component concentration mole fraction is 0. As the concentration from left to right you move, concentration increases, and tangent of this graph, slope of this graph goes on as this. Then at any mole fraction you can find out the corresponding vapor pressure. When it reaches maximum, that is 100% x2, then this goes up to P2. And if we join the line P1 and P2, the total vapor pressure because of component 1 and component will be indicated by this line, that has been denoted as the third. P total is equal to P1 plus P2, that is sum of the partial pressure due to component 1 and partial pressure due to component 2. This is a very important graph. Kindly learn this graph, and in later on we will discuss what is the ideal solution, what is the non-ideal solution, and for ideal solution, for non-ideal solution, how there is a deviation from the original. This is the original. This is for ideal component, that is heat of mixing is 0, no heat is evolved or no heat is absorbed. Ideal solution are those solutions in which there is no heat is absorbed, neither the heat is absorbed nor heat is being given out. And delta V, this is called delta H, no heat is given, comes out, and no heat is given, delta H 0. And second condition for the ideal condition is delta V is 0. By mixing the two components, there must not be any change in the volume of the solution. The volume of solution must be equal to the volume of first component and the volume of second component. These are the two prerequisites for the ideal condition. That has not been shown in the this discussion. I will later prepare the slide and put this condition, but for the sake of your knowledge, you must know that ideal solution are those solution, number 1, delta H, that is enthalpy change, is 0, no heat is absorbed, no heat is given. And second condition, delta V is 0, no change in the volume. The volume of the mixture must be equal to the volume of first component and second. Neither there should be increase or nor should be decrease. These are the two conditions for the ideal condition, and this Raoult's law holds good only for the ideal solution. If there is a deviation from the ideal situation, there would be deviation in this curve, and we will learn later on. And those are very important discussion. Even often questions are asked in CBSE. Describe the deviation graph for the non-ideal solution. There are two conditions, two different graphs are to be learned, and we will learn in the next discussion. Thanks a lot for patience hearing. You must learn up to this thing. Later on, I will discuss the next thing. Thanks.